All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another video. All right, y'all, back with some big news here. Looks like the UFC is going to make their return back to China. It's been about 4 years, right? They're about to return to China again, putting on another big card. We all know what this looks like they're going to try to set up, right? We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But I was just checking out this article here. It says the UFC is making its return to China with an event scheduled for December 9th. So far in the card, they have Zhang, who's going to take on Brinson Ribeiro, who's going to be making his debut, I believe. I don't know too much about both of these fighters, but my understanding is I believe Zhang has like 100% knockout ratio or finish ratio, or it's either him or Brinson Ribeiro. But both of these guys, they seem to be like two beasts right here that they just signed to the UFC. So they want to put them on this card to really build this one up. But so far, they haven't really scheduled anybody else on this one as far as Chinese fighters. Now, if y'all remember the last card in China, like they said, it's been 4 years ago. That was back in 2019. And y'all know that was Xiaonan versus Zhang Weili, in which Zhang Weili knocked out Jessica Andrade in one round to capture the belt, right? Dang, it seemed like it was back in like 2016 or 2017, man. You know, it seemed like it's longer than that. But yeah, it's only been 4 years, but still been a while since they did a card in China. So it looks like the idea here, you know, Dana White's talked about this before, you know, putting on a card in like mid-December, the beginning of December. It looks like his idea is to have Zhang Weili return on this card against none other than Xiaonan, right? Because right now they're getting more and more Chinese fighters into the UFC. They said they want to try to bring in some more Asian talent. But we all know that having Zhang Weili return on this December card against Xiaonan as a main event seems like a big opportunity, right? They wouldn't want to miss that. So they want to try to get her, I think, on this card as a main event as soon as, you know, they want to get everything fleshed out now, and they want to go ahead and put her on this card and capitalize on this, right? Because Weili, her last fight was just about a month ago, in which she dominated Amanda Lemos. We all remember that fight. Dominated her for 5 rounds. Xiaonan, her last fight was a first-round KO also over Jessica Andrade back on May 6th. So I think the idea, you know, Dana White, like I said, has been trying to get Zhang Weili to fight sometime in the summer and then have her return by the end of the year. You know, they wanted to have her fight 2 times this year because I remember a while back she said, I want to fight in July and December. So that was already kind of a hint right there. But it took a while to get that Lemos fight going. So they scheduled in August, and now it looks like they're trying to get her to come back by December, you know, and kind of like a homecoming in China, right? So my thoughts on that, you know, I like it. I think this is what I talked about many times, right, a few times now, because I was saying that Xiaonan at some point is going to want to fight for the belt. You know, she doesn't mind China versus China, you know, so if Zhang Weili holds that belt, and even if she doesn't want to fight, she's going to have to take it. You know, she's going to have to take it because Xiaonan is not going to be here just playing second fiddle or second best. She wants to go for that belt because right now she's on a nice little win streak. She's been looking good in the gym. She's been making her improvements, and she put herself in a position to fight for the belt, right? She's actually ranked over Tatiana Suarez right now. So I think, you know, that all spells like title shot for Xiaonan at this point, right? Weili, at some point, we all know she would have to fight Xiaonan since, you know, she already defeated Carla Esparza. Rose moved up to 125, so there's no third fight there. It's either her, Xiaonan, or Tatiana Suarez. And I think if they do it in China, we all know that Xiaonan is going to be the bigger draw, even though she tends to be like the enemy, right? She's seen as the heel. People will come out and see that. You know, people are definitely going to come out and see that. So right now, this is the perfect turnaround time for Xiaonan. You know, she'll be returning after about 7 months because, let's see, May 6th to December 9th. That's about 7 months, which gives her plenty of time to train for a major fight. You know, that's what I was saying. Like, don't give her no fights in between. Just let her take that 7 months to prepare and get ready for this major fight. And Weili, on the other hand, she'll have about 3 months to return, which ain't bad either because I think with Weili having that time period off between Carla and Lemos, which was about 9 months, you know, she should be ready to get back in action and be active, right? You know, so in between from Carla, 9 months later, she fights Lemos, right? And then waits another 3 months to fight Xiaonan. I think she should be good. That's a good turnaround time for her because, you know, jumping right back in after, I won't say an easy fight like Lemos, but a fight where she didn't really take any damage, you know, she should want to get right back into action. And I feel like she should still be, like, ready to go, you know? So, yeah, it's a good turnaround time for both fighters, I think. You know, they made it kind of work out perfect for the calendar. But as far as the matchup goes, I give Xiaonan a chance. You know, Zhang Weili is on another level right now as far as her discipline and her learning and everything and her improvements, everything she's been putting together, power, athleticism, you name it. She's been building it, right? But I think that Yan Zhana, she's been quietly working too. A lot of people aren't giving Yan Zhana enough credit. She's been in there with Uriah Faber now. She's working with Corey McKenna. She's strength and conditioning with Chelsea Chandler. She's putting in that work with Macy Barber. So she's picking up from different fighters. She's picking up little different things. And, with what Yan Zhanan has right now, or what she's always possessed, was that boxing, that pure hand speed and that solid footwork. So if she's able to utilize good takedown defense in this fight and she can set up good counters, hey, we never know how this fight could look, because Zhang Weili, where her last fights have left off, where she, her last losses, you could say that right now her weaknesses are footwork, slickness and footwork, fighters that can move and counterpunch, right? And if fighters use that footwork on, it can kind of be tricky. When you're looking at a fighter like Rose, even Joanna at times, she could step in and out, slide back in, crack her with a head kick a few times, crack Zhang Weili with a couple 1-2s, So if you look back at those fights, you could still say like Zhang Weili, her problem would be with fighters that can move like Yan Zhanan. Yan Zhanan, on the other hand, she's still working on her ground game. Getting taken down going to the ground with Zhang Weili wouldn't be a wise decision for her, so she would have to be moving and shaking in this type of fight, so just an early look. I would say Zhang Weili's pure wrestling and, her brawling style and her overall strength and, just that unpredictability about her now, what version of it is going to show up would really be a problem for Yan Zhanan, I think. But if Yan Zhanan sticks to a game plan of, just being that pure slick boxer and using great takedown defense, and she builds her strength up, because Yan Zhanan not small either, she's kind of thick too. So a fighter with her size, I think, and she puts her body, she puts everything together, she really starts to put some more muscle in that body. I think that, she can make it an interesting fight, So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it if they set this thing up. The question is, I think we all know it'll be a main event, but the question is, will it be a pay-per-view or a UFC fight night? And in my opinion, with this type of card, and they're still looking to bring in some like other Chinese fighters that aren't really well known, it probably should be a UFC fight night card, right? Either way, it's going to do big numbers over there. A lot of people will come out to see China versus China. And with Yan Zhanan saying a lot of the Chinese people hating her right now, they'll come to see her lose, which she shouldn't see as a bad thing. You're going to have people that love and hate you. And that's how you build your brand in the fight game, right? You got to get people just looking at you, right? And eventually they'll become fans of you, right? So yeah, man, that's all I got on this one, guys. I just wanted to drop a quick video on that one, give y'all my thoughts. But yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. It looks like we're gonna have a China card for December 9th. So I think we know that they're gonna lock this one in, guys. So hopefully Zhang Weili, she's ready to go. Hopefully Yan Zhanan's ready to go, because yeah, this will be a good fight, guys. What do y'all think? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.